Then they win 6-0 in the NCAA tournament. Dave O'Brien alongside the great Bill Raftery. And Bill, you were there through the heart of that Big East tournament run. When they got done with that against, again, 4 ranked opponents going 5-0, I thought they were drained and they'd be lucky to win 1 game in the NCAA tournament.
It is really amazing, and I think it's a tribute not only to the kids, but the coaching staff for staying together. And, of course, when you hand the ball over to a talent like Kemba Walker, guards are so important, integral part of what you're trying to do. He had just developed a sense of when to go, when to hold it, when to play off the ball, when to run the team, who to get it to. Pretty impressive.
Now, Kemba Walker, of course, has gone on to, we hope, a career in the NBA. Right now, to PA announcer John Tewitt for tonight's ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we direct your attention to the area above section 221 as we complete one final piece of business from the 2010-2011 season. Husky fans were all along for the ride, from Maui to Manhattan to the Final Four in Houston, in what will forever be remembered as the greatest postseason run in NCAA history. The University of Connecticut men's basketball team, 2011 national champions. Starting lineup for the UConn Huskies. At Ford, a 6'9" sophomore from Mansfield, Connecticut, number 10, Tyler Olander. At Ford, a 6'8" sophomore from Baltimore, number 22, Roscoe Smith. At guard, a 6'1" sophomore from Roxbury, Mass, number 13, Shabazz Napier. At guard, a 6'5" sophomore from Norcross, Georgia, number 3, Jeremy Lamb. And at center, a 6'9" junior from Lowell, Mass, number 34, Alex Soriaki.
So tonight it's Columbia and UConn, Connecticut coming into this season off the national championship as the number 4 team in the country. We welcome you to Source, Connecticut and Gamble Pavilion. I'm Dave O'Brien alongside the man who is a living legend, of course, the great Bill Raftery. Hey, it's a question of what have you done for me lately if you're Connecticut?
Well, the living legend here is certainly Jim Calhoun, and they have great aspirations, talent. What do they do with the point on occasion might be the early difficulty.
To our one-on-one and what to watch for tonight specifically, how about the coming out party of the freshman Andre Drummond?
I can't wait. Watched him 2 days now. His ability to run the floor, very good around the rim, block shots, which helps their fast break game, sort of shores up their defense. The defense last year was incredible coming down the stretch. What will it be like this year?
Drummond 6'10", 270. A lot of talk here about one and done. We will see. Now, to tonight's starting lineups for Columbia and Connecticut. For the Lions of the Ivy League, Nerua Ago is the Lions' best, one of the Ivy League's best players. He led the league in scoring last year. Brian Barber, excellent at the point. That's a fine backcourt for Columbia. For UConn, Drummond will not start, at least not yet, but Alex Soriaki is back. The 6'9" junior and Shabazz Napier, an electric point guard. Going to be a lot of fun to watch tonight. In their first game of the season, our officials, Tim Higgins, Gary Prager and Clarence Armstrong.
How the bigs for Columbia react to Steve? Blaze Stobbins to play well as long as Mark Cisco.
And the tip controlled by the Huskies and right to the hand of Jeremy Lamb, a preseason All-American. So much falls on his shoulders, particularly early in the season. Of course, last year they went to Maui and won it, and you were there to watch, but nobody thought they could.
That's absolutely. Of course, right now, Columbia goes. Made him in.
Ariaki in close with a misfire.
That's the problem right there, the boards.
Orlando's outlet pass nearly picked off. Columbia comes away.
They will run. They'll play their game. Key for them is their man. How do they contain this powerful front line of UConn?
First touch here for Ago, the senior. He can really shoot it. Cisco a big. Trying to back his way in.
He's got a little hook, too.
And the shot clock down to 15 here for Columbia. They went 15 and 13 a season ago. Ago a little leaner. And a rebound taken away by Olander, who they have been raving about in practice.
He has played well. Understands his goal. Quick jack.
Napier with a three. Indeed, right away. Hits a triple.
You see him put the guns in the holster there?
Shabazz, 6'1" sophomore, averaged 8 points a game. Of course, Kemba Walker, who's actually been practicing with them from time to time. Some thought he might be here tonight to watch and see the banner go up that he had such a huge hand in. Ago trying to dribble drive in. Topolini shot, no. And Smith comes away with a rebound.
Nice job by Ago, though. Switching to the left hand. Sister's going to have to make some moves.
Here's Land. Off target. Rebound comes out high to Oriaki.
On the offense, Cisco's settling. He's got to take his time, let the defense clear, and then make that hook shot.
Huskies 32-9 last season, winning the national title. And him inside for Olander. With size, using that body effectively. He's 6'9", and the foul.
Oriaki, I believe, with the discard.
That'll be his first. Here's the head coach, Kyle Smith, for Columbia. He was an assistant to Randy Bennett, that highly successful program at St. Mary's, before getting the job a season ago.
And I was fortunate to see them during the tournament. Great impact. A lot of players from around the world. Australia, a few free trips for Kyle out there. A great run. Sweet 16 that year.
Columbia looking for their first make. They're out of the gate 0 for 4. They try Cisco up against Drummond, who's into the ball game and got a piece of it.
Now that's the problem. The backup guy, you beat one, be careful of the other.
Drummond will be wearing that protective mask for a while. A long one here, Napier, too strong. Another battle for the rebound, and comes away to Columbia. Drummond has to wear that mask after suffering a broken nose and a mild concussion in practice at the end of October.
Yeah, they go after one another. Stop with a big-time rebound at the other end.
Ago looking for room, working on Smith. He misfires again, but cleaned up and in by Columbia. The first basket of the night for the Lions, and it's Blaze Staub, the 6'5" junior out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, last year they were 15 and 13. And the first new coach at Columbia in 33 years have a winning record. You see that, though?
Yeah.
That is really impressive. Joe Jones have done a nice job there as well.
Kyle Smith with a lot of energy. Lamb, little bump on the baseline, turns and fires. The feathery touch not there, but stuffed down by Olander.
What did you say about improving? Playing with confidence. Good attack at the rim, and when they run their high-low, he can make that jumper as well, and a good passer.
He's put on some size, but they say he will be the biggest surprise for Connecticut early on. Barber way downtown for a triple.
Now you can't fall asleep. Shabazz started peaking. This is one tough kid, Barber. Hold on to your ticket and your jacket. You better check out. You didn't expect this last year, but this year, stepping up big. Great elevation.
Kid out of E.O. Smith High School right here in Stores. So he's a hometown favorite.
Pretty good scouting there. They took away the back cut by Lamb. This is a sound defensive team. Weren't happy with the defense last year. Been up 70 points, I think tied for next to last in the Ivy.
Napier shot clock inside 10 now for Connecticut. All tied at 5. This fall away. Got it.
Well, he is good using screens. He's very clever with the bounce.
And Napier with a pick at midcourt, took it right away from Barber, using the body to lay it in.
That's the big concern. His on-ball defense, Napier, is extraordinary. Sets you up, takes away that dribble lane. Sloops behind. Pretty clever.
He did not start a single game last season for the champions from Connecticut. Yet expected to be a huge contributor this year. Tough shot again by Aggo. It's just not falling for him.
Getting to the rim but not finishing.
Oh, the look away pass. Drummond gives it up to Lamb. He'll fire it and drain it. That's a 2.
Boy, that is unselfish basketball. By the way, Jim Calhoun's in midseason form. He's turning on the coaches early. He likes to be ahead 20-0. Don't make mistakes.
I think you saw a little peek there of Drummond's all-around game. He can give it up. He can pass the basketball. At 6'10" in the lane. Staub lost it. Now the run out for Connecticut. They've got some numbers. Quick dish. Lamb to finish Napier, and they need a timeout on the Columbia side. They will take one here with 14:52 to go in the first half. Jim Calhoun looking like he's down 8.
He doesn't look happy until he gets a banner. How about turnovers to baskets? This is what the difference in this program has been. He's back to basics defensively. Nice setup, the strip, looking over the shoulder. He may have double dribbled there. And when you get that relook, huh? And right here, Lamb on the run. Oh, what talent he possesses. Great length defensively. Saw that little jump shot as he went left, squared up. Good sprint. The under-19 team really helped him. Continued that growth pattern they felt this past year, that World Championship.
And, of course, he was so big during the NCAA tournament run. He stepped up his scoring up to 16 points a game from 11. Jim Calhoun, his 26th season at Connecticut, his 40th year as a head coach. And when UConn defeated Butler April 4th, he became just the 5th coach in NCAA history to win 3 national titles.
Amazing. Chris, you look at that bench. We just saw a shot of George Blaney. They've got Kevin Ollie, Glenn Miller, and Carl Hobbs as operators. All 3 were point guards and talented players in their respective areas. You know, respect to George.
Barber lifts, can't find it. Picked off by Olander, and Connecticut trying to add to their lead now. Olander with 4 rebounds already, 13-5, Connecticut.
Pinch post, pin down, dribble handoff. One of their favorite plays. Pretty good reaction. They got 3, yeah. Olander, lock and low.
So 3-second violation turns it over, but Jim Calhoun coaching away like a madman as ever on the sideline in game 1.
It's early.
Bounces to Walker, drive into the basket, finger roll is good. It's Jeremy Lamb who's got it with 5 seconds. UConn's celebration begins. The UConn Huskies are the top dog in the 2011 Final Four.
The Huskies knocking out Butler 53-41, marking the 3rd national championship for Coach Jim Calhoun. Kemba Walker leading the Huskies with 16. Jeremy Lamb was terrific throughout the tournament, had 12 points in the final.
I was fortunate to be alongside Kevin Kruger on that call, and to watch what they did. And you mentioned it today and earlier in the broadcast, the run in the Big East tournament. That just gave them such a confidence, and it taught the players defensively. Like, if we stay together on that end and get better, who knows what can happen. Of course, this guy is great at tweaking and pushing, cajoling, getting kids to buy in. And I just think the rapport he had with Kemba Walker was a different level than I've seen with a lot of other point guards that he's had. A great mutual respect.
I don't remember ever seeing one player hit as many big shots in a single season as Kemba Walker. Did you?
Never. With the consistency of play. Nice show and recover by Oriaki.
Staub lost the dribble, gives it up. Here's Matt Johnson off target.
Just got to relax on the delivery. They've got some nice looks, but in a hurry, they're a little bit concerned about the quick closers.
Right, some open looks. Allen getting into the ball game now with Jim Calhoun starting to go to his bench. Drummond gets a touch. He's wearing that mask and will for a couple of months.
He's going to have to learn to stick his guy and get deep into the paint. Nice steal.
Stolen away by Blaze Staub. What a great sports name. On the drive with the left hand, and that'll roll in.
Nice job. He was saying earlier he rebounded. Pretty alert. Very competitive. You know, the Ivy's going to be interesting this year. Tommy Amaker's job up at Harvard the last couple of years. Penn expecting to be better. James Jones down at Yale expecting to be better. And Princeton, too. Mitch Henderson running the show there. Should be a lot of fun this year.
It's a much better league than people give it credit for. They had a 15 RPI, ranked number 15, and a foul here with 13:05 to go in the first half. Foul against Columbia. A Saturday afternoon witnessed college basketball history. Coach K looking to tie Bob Knight for the most wins by a men's D1 head coach. The Blue Devils taking on Presbyterian. Coverage beginning at 4 Eastern with Coach K's record climb pregame. Moriaki to the line. For last year, the junior from Lowell, Mass. hit 63% of his foul shots.
11 double-doubles last year, too. This kid is a big-time player. He's just got a great attitude, infectious smile, a little bit like Kemba in that respect. He's learned how to play offense, improved in that area. Good rebounder, really solid. Over 9 a game.
And out of the second, Columbia has the rebound, and here come the Lions. They were 6 and 8 in the Ivy last year, good for 5th place. They're expected to finish in the middle of the pack again this season.
Alex Rosenberg in with the Petty, Milburn High kid. Jersey guy.
We love those Jersey guys. Aggo gets tied up on the double team. The long one and partially deflected. Sepka is a big kid, and there's a nice stab there by Lamb to lay it in after collecting it.
How about he can run and elevate? That was just, he made that hoop. Not a good outlet.
Aggo off the give. The end of the baseline draws a lot of attention. Johnson go to the back door. There's Barber with a little fall away and can't nail it.
That hurts. Good look again.
They certainly ran the play they wanted to run. Drummond with a turnaround. And something he needs work on, the shooting touch. So many other parts of the game are there. They tell us, the UConn coaches, he's the fastest guy on their team.
It's amazing, isn't it? Nice play by Barber. You know, if you're a defender, you love to see Drummond go to a turnaround jump shot. You've got the night off if he keeps doing that. He's got to learn to get deeper and do some attacks to the 10. But that's all part of the learning process.
Drummond picks up the foul to send Brian Barber to the line. 91.7% at the line last season, just about automatic. 4th in the country. And what does he do? He misses the first one.
You know, I have a friend, Gene Schatz, who played there in the 70s, and he was saying he loves this kid. He's such a tough competitor, really a hard-nosed guy. Gene helps like Christ the King now. But this is a pretty darn good backcourt. It's what comes up front, how they establish themselves is going to dictate where Columbia goes.
That's really the strength of the Ivy League, up and down the league. Very good backcourts. So 4 for Barber. That might be his only foul shot miss all season. 15-8 Connecticut. Here in the first half in stores on banner night for the Huskies. Bill Raftery, Dave O'Brien with you. Delighted as we launch our coverage here on ESPNU of the UConn Huskies this year. And many others. Daniels into the game. The feed in for Olander goes to that left hand.
Ooh, and they gave him that too. They got to take that away from him. Make him go the other way.
And look out for the youngster who gave up the ball there. DeAndre Daniels out of Los Angeles, the 6'8" freshman. Man, is he drawing raves by everybody in the Connecticut program. Aggo, yes, he got that one a 2-pointer.
This kid's got some talent and game.
So Columbia hanging in, only down 5.
Well, you're right about Daniels. Got a chance yesterday, too. There's the back screen sequence with doubles.
And trying to make a move and a timeout.
Van Green with one.
11:05 here in the first half. And we'll be back with more in just a moment from Gamble Pavilion. 1999 NCAA Championship, Connecticut knocking off Duke 77-74. In 92, defeating Michigan for back-to-back titles. And in 2001, besting Arizona by 10. And then Butler 61-59 in 2010. And yet, it wasn't until the very end of August, Raph, that he decided he was going to return and coach this year's team.
It's an interesting situation he was in, whether it was health-related or maybe just being tired. But all of a sudden, Drummond decides to come. That sort of rejuvenates you. Sure. But he's a coach. He loves it. You can see this, the amount of NCAA championships, 855 wins. He just is a lifer. I just can't picture him not being over there.
No.
Right?
69 years old. And I think looks considerably younger than that, and certainly acts younger than that. And as a result of the Nate Miles case, UConn was penalized with scholarship reductions for 3 years. Calhoun will not be allowed to coach UConn's first 3 Big East games this season against South Florida, Seton Hall, St. John's. He's suspended for those, but all games after that will be clear to coach. Off the look, Daniels, no.
Nice rebound, huh?
He speared that one.
What a grab. Daniels a good outside shooter, can slash as well.
You mentioned Lamb's wingspan, 7'4" wingspan.
What's amazing about Jimmy, the last year, as good as any NCAA championship is, last year had to be just as gratifying as ever. Thinking you were dead in the water. The revival session from NCAA. Nice hands.
Stolen away by Columbia. Here's Barber now in the offensive zone for the Lions. Again, only down by 5. See the turnovers. Huskies have turned it over 4 times. On range won't fall. Daniels able to rebound.
Again, good luck. The dribble caused the situation there. Nice kick.
Napier running the point. 6'1" sophomore from Roxbury, Massachusetts. Here's Smith around and out. And they're fighting for the rebound, but again, it's for Columbia.
Ball screen, pop to the open side. Good penetration. Oh, everything but.
It's just the finishing that Ago's having trouble with. For the most part, he's been very, very tough to contain. Barber off the side of the iron and right back out for Lamb.
Nice kick, though, for the open look off penetration. Nice run by Olander.
And lays it in. There's the finish on the UConn side. He has 4.
Well, you've got to step up on the cutter. Easy entry. Great hustle. Well, he has shown some nice things early, Olander.
Way downtown by Ago, and that just grazed the nets on its way out.
The screen was set too far out. Not conducive, but when you run the floor, it's great to be rewarded. One of the many things Lamb can do. A nice look Olander with the solid completion.
Lamb's numbers during the regular season as opposed to the postseason, and look how much better he shot the ball, particularly from 3. He was magical in their run.
Great feeling, double figures coming down the stretch. Same thing this summer, averaged 16 in those 9 games. 2 steals a game, too, in the other 19.
Well, I went for the stop, but Oriaki couldn't get it to go.
It's funny, you know, it looked good, but why not cradle it and just put it in there?
Sure.
Get the deuce.
Make sure of it, yeah.
It's not gratifying.
But coach, you see Columbia 4 for 17 shooting. Rosenberg on the drive with the left hand. And again, even the bunnies just not going down.
I like the way he's playing with confidence, though. He's not afraid to put it on the deck.
Long distance and an easy one there for Napier. I mean, that's like a layup for him.
That sets up that dribble game. Now you got to hug him. And he's got great blow-by, crossover ability.
And he leads with 10 to open up a 20-10 lead. An offensive foul. Napier takes that hit and hits the deck. And the first foul on Crockett.
A little too obvious out that far, don't you think?
Yes. Especially when it's right in front of us, inches away.
If we can call it, you're in trouble.
You know, Tim Higgins has no trouble with it.
I was watching Lamb earlier. He's as understated as Jimmy is animated. Wouldn't you say?
Yes. I think great comparison, actually. Fire and ice.
Box to box on a ball reversal.
Lamb fires a 3. A lot of iron. Oh, what a pretty roll.
They all count the same, don't they?
Yeah.
And when you've got touch, you get a few breaks.
So there's the run for Connecticut, opening it up here, as you figured they would when the shot started to fall for the Huskies.
I'm not afraid. There's that length.
Lamb tiptoeing that side. He finds Napier. He gives it up. Smith with the stop. And a timeout, Columbia. A pretty break for the Huskies. They're leading by 15.
When you have options that can send it in, Dave O'Brien, pick one, right? Nice, unselfish play. Yes, they really know where the camera is, too. Roscoe to the rescue. All off turnovers, too. Columbia has inflicted their own harm. Basically, if they would just be sound with the ball, that was the left-hand steal by Lamb. He's got a running start. If anything, he should be deflecting it with his right. That's how you got to show the ball and hold the ball and let the guy back cut. I mean, that's just basic basketball. They'll get better, though. That's why you play these teams. I remember Pete Carrill at Princeton always played up. And by the Ivy season, they were hardened veterans.
You like it? It's a good idea to play the number 4 team in the country on their court this early.
But if you know, if you're coaching, you don't eat that day. But
right.
The players, it's very beneficial. A lot of things you can teach them. This is a big trip. You're telling your kids, you want a real good one, don't rush it.
Cisco hands back for Ago. Shot clock down to 11 and a foul. And Jim Calhoun wanted to travel. The foul will go against the Huskies with 7:18 to go in the first half. And Connecticut's starting to roll up 25-10.
Great outside shooter. Solid all the way around. And UNC not bad, huh?
Not too shabby with that crew coming back. And number 1 getting to play on the aircraft carrier. By the way, happy Veterans Day to everyone tuning in today and tonight.
It's a great honor for them, the troops. I believe the president's going to be there as well.
Yeah.
And one of Dick Vitale's, Al McGuire was the aircraft carrier. That was one of his lines. You need a bunch of aircraft carriers. Well, Dick Vitale's got one today.
Out in San Diego in great weather for that matchup against Michigan State.
Tough getting it in.
Crockett finally does to stop. And Columbia to set it up, trailing by 15. You see where they're shooting at 4 out of 18.
Pass.
Yeah, stop with a reverse for 2.
You know, Kyle Smith has really rotated a lot of people in and out. And that takes courage in this building. That's when they explode it. So now he's got his starters back in, maybe with some semblance of order. Nice hands.
Dish knocked away by Ago in the theft for Columbia. So forcing the turnover 5 for Connecticut. Ago trying to heat up. Can't get a short or long ranges to go. And there's another one.
What a shame. Good effort. That's where you got to go after it.
Cisco. Keep digging. Olenna got a piece. Here's a long one by Crockett. That barely takes the iron.
You know, Staub is really putting out effort.
Not just getting back into the frame. That's a traveling violation. So that's back over to Columbia.
I'm sorry, Dave. What happens once in a while they're in a hurry? You know, they didn't have all the guys down. Just relax a little bit. But that's what first games are for.
You see Drummond. We got a chance to watch him, both you and I, work out here. Well, we've been in stores, and the array of skills. This goes back to Midnight Madness when he wowed the crowd. This is before he was wearing the mask. He hadn't broken his nose yet. But they went crazy for Andre Drummond, freshman out of Middletown, Connecticut, local kid, and spectacular.
Now that's the hard part. When you're guarded, what kind of shots you want to get. That's what he'll learn. When he gets that, and there's a little nickel dimer early in the year. Not a good foul when you're that big and tough.
Number 2 on Drummond. Another challenge for him, foul shooting. He really has an uphill battle when it comes to making free throws.
George Blaney working with him on it. It'll be a work in progress all year long. What will happen at the end of games, they will probably not play him come late in games.
Ago swishes that one in, and Jim Calhoun didn't like the look. And Ago able to knock down his first long-range shot from 3-point distance. They will call it a 3. Give him 5 points.
But I love the fire Staub has brought to the game tonight. I mean, he's been scrapping. Because the coaches lay it on you. You know, you better be able to play tonight. These big guys are going to come after you on every trip. You need Cisco to do the same as he did the last sequence.
Cisco, they're big at 6'9". So Lamb will set it up. Sophomore from Norcross, Georgia, Big East All-Rookie team last year. Also named to the All-Final 14. Oriaki up top. Shot clock at 10. He'll shoot it. Nice touch.
Well, he's worked on that. They're pretty lengthy. And Lamb wide open on the box with an undersized Crockett.
Ago trying to operate now.
The ball screen. Nice cross.
Barber off his own fake, leans in and draws the foul.
They are a clever backcourt, aren't they?
They are.
One complements the other with the penetration and then finds they make themselves available.
Brendan Allen will pick up his first personal.
Right here, once you just attacking the chest. Terrific play. Bigs were lifted, gave him room to penetrate a little bit.
Dan Barber, one of the great foul shooters in the country now at 5 points. He wasn't a point guard coming out of high school, but Coach Smith says he's transformed himself into one of the best in the Ivy League.
Yeah, they were thinking of him for St. Mary's and having him sit out. Opted for terrific education. Proud to say my son went there. Loved his 4 years. Jay Cutlow, one of our former producers, went there.
Not exactly a charm school.
Not a great player, but as I mentioned, Jimmy McMillan was probably the best I can remember. Later on with the Lakers.
Great environment there right in New York City. Coming up on the 5-minute mark here in the first half in Stores.
See how Oriaki now. That's a tough shot he ended up with. But he got a foot in the lane and then stepped out.
They'll get Olander on the foul, jumping through the lane, his first. Olander, the answer to a trivia question as we get a look at Oriaki's shot.
See that foot in the lane, not afraid to stick it in a little bit. And that's what you're going to have to get from Drummond as the year goes on.
Stop hit the deck on the give. Inside 5 minutes.
Cross.
And tipped up and in by Cisco. I know you like his effort tonight.
You know, the defense left him in a very alert move to the rim.
We talk about Olander being the answer to a trivia question. He actually scored the first basket in both the national semifinal and the championship game for Connecticut. Banged in by Shabazz Napier.
Yeah, they're not handling that ball screen very well at all. Giving nice, clean looks. You either decide to show, pinch it once in a while. Tough shot going left.
I go with a miss on the three, and Olander's been very active on the glass with another rebound. Here's Lamb lining it up. And a battle for the rebound. It'll be Columbia ball.
But the bigs are a little fatigued. Staub is tired. He has been working, reaching, banging. Some formidable obstacles up there.
And banging up against the likes of Oriaki 6'9" and Drummond 6'10". Here he is to fire it, however. And yeah, that's a tired shot.
Yeah. Tough to get legs.
Napier takes a hit, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. Shabazz Napier to fire at the foul line in a moment. Stores Connecticut. They hung another banner tonight, and UConn leads by 10 in their opener. A 29-19 lead here on opening night for both of these teams over Columbia. Dave O'Brien, Bill Raftery with him.
We talked about defending. Jay Williams would have gotten over the top of this, but since you don't get any help whatsoever, you're going to get a nice clean look. You see Cisco pinned in that 3-second lane, afraid to come out, little tardy, nylon. And Napier, he's looking for a foul as well. It does a little bit of everything, runs the show. But that is tardy defense or non-active defense. Take your pick.
Napier last year 77% at the line, shooting 2 here. He averaged 8 points and 3 assists. You figure those numbers will go up with Kemba Walker now off to the NBA. We hope off to the NBA with Charlotte.
Wouldn't that be great?
They can get to work at some point.
It seems to be a little bit better.
Yeah, the word was today some progress, some reasons to hope.
But Napier, what a learning experience playing next to Kemba. I expect him mid-season to have a better impact even now than he does right now at the beginning of the year. Have a better feel of what to do, where to go.
Johnson off to Ago, the returning leading scorer in the Ivy League at 17 points a game. He's had a rough first half here at Stores.
Nice cross and give. Nice hands in the back.
Staub lost it. Over the top, Smith for the dunk. How about that play?
Well, they make your bigs pay if you don't run the floor. Everybody on the baseline, Staub just could not get back.
That's been said before against Connecticut. Here's Johnson lining up a long one. Got a great look, but can't cash in.
One and done. There's that head and shoulder move. Bobby Orr style.
Lamb says this is how it's done from about 27 feet.
Well, they make you pay, don't they? So many weapons. Good control. Napier with the kick.
So another run here for Connecticut. Lamb with a dozen. He's hit a pair of triples. 34-19.
Look at him go over the top, too. A nice screen that time by Cisco.
Here's Johnson. Yeah, found a range on that three.
Pretty confident, too. Look at Irvin tosses early.
Good size coming off the bench at 6'7". He can play a guard spot. He can play a forward spot.
Well, they play with confidence. I'm impressed, aren't you?
I am. And at 15 and 13 last year, you expect they're going to be better than that this season. Nice job there by Napier, tiptoeing that line. Now gets a free look and can't cash in.
Not a good one. That's one where he's got to, okay, defense did a good job. Get somebody else involved.
Go off the screen by Cisco. Gave up the dribble. Coming up on a minute and a half to go here in the opening half of game 1 of the season for the Connecticut Huskies, the defending national champions.
Automatic switching outside.
Barber taking the lane with a scoop shot.
Everything gone. What a good follow, though.
Stavridis, yeah. But he's everywhere.
He is. Really hustling. And Barber just couldn't finish. Great move.
Columbia is going to go into the locker room knowing that they've been able to convert some of these easy shots. Thrown away and looking for a tip here, but they're not going to get it. Napier thought it was touched. It was not. Let's go back to Napier and Smith.
Talking about the inside ability, converting from one end to the other. You can see the bigs lacking in nice vision. How about that? They have a lot of guys that can step on it, get down the floor, elevate, and finish. Terrific look by the point guard.
So under a minute here before halftime, Connecticut with the 34-22 lead. Rosenberg getting some minutes here in the first half for Columbia.
A big trip here, I think. Get to that under 10. Big confidence builder going inside, too. And then you're thinking stop on the other end.
12 on the shot clock. I'll go down the lane. Another layup that won't go down.
That's the bigs. Intimidate. We're going for one down the stretch.
Of course, we talk about the best shot blocking teams over the last 10 years. You talk about Connecticut, number one.
Shame to beat comes to mind amongst others. Hilton Armstrong. They had a slew of bigs. Josh Boone. Wow.
Shot clock off, yeah. Of course. Down to 8. Before halftime, Lamb, a little crossover, gets it from 3.
What does that hurt? Ooh, big time. There's a future great. Pretty good now. A little lingerie on the deck on a little move.
15 for Lamb. Jeremy Lamb, the preseason AP All-America, lifting Connecticut to a 37-22 lead at the break. Let's send it to Anish now in the studio for Sports Center U, and we'll be back for the second half from Stores in just a minute. A banner night for Connecticut. They're home in their season opener. They raised the championship banner in the moments before the opening tip. They've raced out to a 15-point lead over Columbia as we get ready for the second half. Dave O'Brien, Bill Raftery. We came on the air wondering who would be the guy to replace Kemba Walker. Jeremy Lamb was your guess, and your conclusion, he's living up to it.
Who needs Kemba, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, what a talent. It's amazing. His ability to run the floor, his feel for the game, his understanding of what he has to do once he catches it. Good use of his left hand. I mean, great athleticism, but right here doesn't give in, uses that left. And then when you need it, you can step out. A little nylon from 3, and the one at the end of the half hurt the Lions.
Now the combination of Lamb and Napier, 11 out of 17, 5 for 9 from 3, 27 points. And Connecticut will be on defense to begin the second half. Columbia trying to get off to a good start, which they need desperately if they're going to make a game of this.
Here's where they could use some inside points, take the pressure off the go. Nice kick out.
Ago, good look, no. And he is now 2 for 12 shooting.
At least back defensively. Be solid on this end. Don't turn it over. They gave 11 points off of turnovers.
That fan staying up until the first of the second half for their beloved Huskies.
I used to try that when I coached. It's still a long time, unfortunately.
They just got tired. Lamb with a teardrop, one-handed no. On a run out, here's Barber. He's going to go 1-on-2. He attacks and a foul as it's swatted away by Lamb. In any event, 19-12 to go in this game.
Boy, that's the difference when you think of it. Nothing easy. Columbia doesn't have that influence defensively to negate opportunities, but you think you've beaten one guy, and all of a sudden Lamb with great hustle, anticipation. He looks sleepy-eyed, but he is alert.
Napier's second foul. Barber to the line out of Alamo, California.
Tough kid, don't you think?
Very, very much so. We've noticed that both in practice and in tonight's game as a hard-nosed look to him. He was honorable mention all Ivy League last season.
Oh, perfect stroke. You think Drummond's watching that stroke?
I was going to ask about that, yeah.
That's interesting how much you can learn. You get that rotation and follow through, proper trajectory. They love that little handoff play. Ran it for Lamb quite a bit in the NCAA. Nice entry.
Oriaki using the strength, no. And tipped out, 18:52 to go. It'll be Columbia ball. Columbia and UConn met in the 1983 men's soccer Final Four here in Connecticut during a snowfall. Columbia won that encounter, but they lost the final to Indiana. They met in a marquee game.
There's that hands and length.
And Lamb dribbled it off his back heel. And turns it right back over.
Nice pass.
Stop, went for the dunk, and Olander, no foul. He came over to defend it. A great job.
Terrific reaction.
Napier working on Barber.
This is where I like him to run something for others. Now, he was getting carried away. That's it. A little poise. You got four buddies out there.
Olander setting the screen, rolls off that. Here's Smith from the corner. We'll see if Ago can get going. The Ivy League's top scorer last year, 17 a game. Had a dismal shooting contest here in Connecticut. Backdoor cut Barber. Finding an open man. Johnson too strong. The rebound comes out high. Barber at the foul line. Yes.
Great presence. That little pump fake, get him to bite. Put it on deck. And Jim Calhoun in midseason form. He's out near half court. And this isn't for the officials either.
So Barber with 10, and Columbia has closed the gap to 11 in the second half. There are some personnel deficits for Connecticut. Niels Giffey, the 6'7" sophomore from Germany, is out. Ryan Boatwright, the outstanding freshman, right now. It's a serious understatement to say there's little depth behind Napier. Freshman Boatwright being investigated by the NCAA for accepting a plane ticket from an AAU coach. It's unclear when he'll return.
And Illinois coach, Mr. Basketball, watched him work out too. Quick, can do a lot of things, score. Not a good pass there. Fortunate to get it back.
Tough inside that will not fall for Oriaki.
Well, you get a little confidence now. Play a little looser, a little nickel dimer on penetration. Put a lot of pressure with the bounce, don't they? Ago
Filed on that penetration. 17:20 to go here in the second half. Lamb picks up the foul. It'll be his first.
Well, Kyle's got to feel pretty good on the sideline there. Coach Smith bounced back. That hurt at the end of the half with Lamb able to convert to three. Come back with a little style here. A lot of patience.
Pretty good matchup here. Ago on Lamb. Drummond back into the game wearing the mask for Connecticut, the much heralded freshman. Ago off the screen by Cisco. Looks like he wants to take it. He pulls up and pops and drills it.
So playing loose right now. He's out.
So they pull to it in 10 rep.
Tough matchup too for Lamb. He was back on his heels on that play.
It's quieted the building a little bit here. Long one here, and that's swished in by Olander. A nice touch there to drill in his 6th point.
Well,
finally, they can sit down.
As advertised too, he has improved that stroke.
It took a while before they got in. It is Olander rising up with a swat.
How about this kid? What a renaissance, huh? That can't be a renaissance. It's not a rebirth. This is just a coming out almost, huh? Terrific reaction. They anticipate off the ball.
He only averaged about 10 minutes a game last year. Aggo drills in a three.
No hand up on it.
39-31, and the whistle, and how about that with 16-18 to go. They're going to count that basket.
Jimmy's up. He wants the goal. No goal.
Oh, they're not going to count it.
I don't blame him for being excited, though. Terrific play, Napier. The guys do a great job controlling their body by banging the opponent. Yeah, it may have been on the floor. I don't think I can convince Jim Calhoun of that.
So Napier to check it in. 16-18 left, and a foul off the ball.
Bingham Johnson on a hold.
Matt Johnson, 6'7" senior out of Moore Park, California.
Third personal foul.
That'll be his third.
Second team foul.
So he's going to have to come out.
Lions, number 22.
And they'll bring Miko Lyles, the sophomore from Nashville, on. Lyles, who they projected to be one of their starters, is coming back from a stress fracture. And another whistle here. This foul will go against Connecticut. So Drummond will pick up his third, and he'll leave the game.
Inexperience almost, don't you think? Part of playing at this level, what you can get away with.
Team foul number 3.
Takes off that mask when he heads to the bench. He's still trying to get used to wearing that, too.
Richard Hamilton's done a great job over the years with that mask on.
Sure has.
One of the great shooters, one of the great All-Americans here.
So Columbia has pulled it within 8 under 16 minutes to go here at Storrs.
Nice shot by Daniels.
Lyles just into the game, no. Olander with another rebound. He's had a big night on the glass. He has 7 boards to tie a career high. Oh, nice touch by Napier. Everything's falling for him.
Well, he can step up, can he? He plays with a lot of confidence. He did last year, too, early in the year.
He has 15. Olander chasing Staub, and foul here.
A little overzealous, that far from the basket.
15:28 to go. Olander with his second personal. Napier starting to feel it, starting to find the range and light up the nets here in Storrs. 42-31. 15:28 to go here in the second half, and this one might be closer than you thought it would be at this stage of the game, because Columbia has really played well in the second half, trailing 42-31 to the number 4 ranked team in the country.
Well, you're playing them while they don't know one another, or they've not integrated their offense and defense, all of those things. You see a little frustration by Jim Calhoun. He's used to excellence, and they've been extraordinarily excellent over the years. But Columbia's shown a lot of muster.
I'll go inside. Heavy traffic, no. Tipped away and controlled by Daniels. DeAndre Daniels, a top 10 national recruit on the attack. So UConn has reloaded, even losing Kemba Walker, with Drummond and Daniels and Boatwright when he becomes available. Some terrific young talent.
And they got to go to Lamb a little bit more now. I mean, this is some talent. Whether it's facing, nice pump.
Blocked but fouled by Cisco in the lane with 14:56 to go.
At the 55, Mark Cisco.
Playing with a lot of confidence, Olander, isn't he? Going to his right that time.
Third team foul. Number 10, Tyler Olander, 2 free throws.
Olander, they have said, has been number 1 in the improvement category from last year. Number 1 of all Connecticut players from the championship season. He has 6 and 7 rebounds. He hit 67% last year.
I have Kent State next week, against West Virginia. So I was looking at a Fairfield game against Kent State last year, and his brother is a pretty good player as well. Ryan down there, good kid, different style of player.
Brian Barber, the point guard. There's Cisco out high.
They're really forcing him deep. Might be able to get some cuts.
Naroa Argo
trying to do it with the bounce right now. Tough.
Barber, shot clock down to 7. Rosenberg, quick dish, stolen away. Bucked away by Lamb. And with the shot clock dwindling down, 7 turnovers now for Columbia. And now UConn looking to get their offense back in gear. It has stalled here at this point in the second half. Here's Lamb to lift and got it.
See, now that he went over the top and no help. You've got to slide that deep on the floor. Lamb, I'm not so sure he can make it that deep. 25, 26, you go under that screen. It has to be communicated.
Barber trying to get them airborne. Cisco, he'll shoot it. Tangle for the rebound. It'll go the other way. Connecticut ball here off of Columbia as we go back to Lamb to stay over the top.
Well, defensively, this is so far out on the floor and no help. I think you've got to go under and regain position. Cisco's not quick enough maybe to show, so they don't force him to do that.
Columbia scored very effectively a season ago. You touched on this early. They averaged about 70 points a game last year. The problem was on the defensive side. They gave up about 71.
You saw that last trip defensively by Connecticut. They've really stepped it up. And that's when you have to run better stuff, be more patient. Tough shot.
Here's Fallaway, doesn't touch anything. Lyles off to Barber. He wants to go.
Nice.
The kick out. Ago's there.
Look at this hustle. Barber.
He'll shoot it himself and left it short. So back-to-back short jumpers.
By the two backcourt people.
Yeah.
Nice dribble drive kick. Whiting out for that three. Ago unable to convert.
That's where their scoring is going to come. The thrust of their scoring in the Big Ten. I should say in the Ivy League, it's a league with a lot of very good backcourt players. A lot of good backcourt combos. Smith off the fake to the lane. Strong, no. Got his own board. Put it to the deck, though, and had it taken away.
Mistake. He may have fumbled it, though. That's why it got loose.
So 12:28 to go here in Stores.
To be good, Columbia's got to get some inside scoring. Yeah, that's the key. They take the pressure off the guards. You can really step out on them.
They have Osadkowski into the ballgame. He gets the give here, but can't connect. That young man is also capable of pitching, perhaps, in the big leagues one day.
We may have you calling balls and strikes, huh?
Foul at 12:09. Big right-hander. I mean, really big. At 6'9", 6'10", 265 pounds.
Can he bring it? Can he bring it? Is there any heat?
Yeah, he throws 90 plus. Barber commits his second foul. And they say he might be good enough to be drafted, but just a freshman.
That's amazing. Of course, you know, one of the great Columbia baseball players, Lou Gehrig.
Yes, that's correct. Oh, on the stuff, there's Lamb.
That's one of those you do with that sleepy look. You never expect that to happen. A little sleight of hand.
19 for Jeremy Lamb.
And you really got to harass the passer to help.
And his steal.
His length again. Look at this give up, too.
Pretty feed and the stuff to tomahawk for Daniels. Timeout, Columbia. Oh, that was such a slick give in traffic by Lamb.
How often and how frequently he can hurt you. Here's one, nobody on the inbound passer, wide open, easy delivery, elevation, the give up after his large frame, snares it, nice kick out. Daniel's able to finish at the other end.
As mentioned, a wingspan of 7'4", Bill, and boy, did he put it all on display there. He's only 6'5", but long and lean.
Multifaceted. You don't think he's bigger than 6'5", huh?
You know, I was thinking about that watching the alley-oop play as we look at the early returns. This is off last year's success, really. A preseason AP All-American in school history. Look at this company.
How about that? Some great players. We know how flawless Ray Allen is with his dead jumper. Hamilton. There's Kemba. Lighting it up in the backcourt. And there it is, number 1-5. Such an engaging player. Just captured this team, this state, this program last year.
With tremendous courage to take all of those big shots. Felt like he hit every one of them. Amazing. Osadkowski back out top for Ago.
Everything's off the bounce. Nice slip. Pretty. Ago with a nice delivery.
And the pitcher able to close as well. His first bucket for Osikowski. 49-33. Lander on a high post. Here's Napier.
Nice help and a little zone in the back.
Shabazz down the lane to bank it in. An acrobatic shot.
Tell you what, the good ones can make those, can't they?
Give him 17 on 7 for 10 shooting.
You see no presence in the shot blocking area. Makes it hard. Got to bail out your outside people.
I'll go to drive it and a foul for any shot attempt. 10:48 to go here in the second half. Good look at Napier driving the lane here for UConn.
You watch Kemba do it. He picked up a few things. A little kiss in stores.
Seventh to shoot it. The follow-away Walker buries it. Kemba Walker with the knife in the end.
They give it to Walker. Splits the defense. Throws up a floater with 2.5 to go. Walker on the game with 4. Kemba Walker. Step back. Walker. Turning it. Kemba does it again. UConn wins at the buzzer. The UConn Huskies are the top dog in the 2011 Final Four.
And he was even better during the championship run, really through the Big East and the NCAA tournament. Bill, you saw so many of those games, called so many of those games. He averaged 25 points a game.
It was just special. I mean, as you mentioned earlier, one of the great runs I've seen and you've seen, he could break an ankle with that step-back bounce, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Usually you see it on a crossover. Well, he could create space with the best of them.
Ago lost it. Lyles around and out.
Nice tip.
Ago got it back, and it's blocked.
Oh, they had it. Too many hands.
Oriaki was the big hand. Here's Lamb, too strong. Coming back out, however, for Allen, so another shot clock here for Connecticut. As we approach the 10-minute mark here in the second half.
Interesting. They thought they might play Lamb at the point a little bit when they're resting Napier. Nice step in. Give it up.
And he does to Lyles over his head. He's able to control it. No travel. Stop at the leaner. Oh, another block there by Oriaki. They get it back and lay it in.
Boy, good pursuit, but you don't get anything cheap around the tin.
Osikowski making a little bit of an impact ever since you said, well, they needed somebody under there.
They really do need some points. Makes the game a little easier. A little nickel dimer out there by Blaze.
Staub will pick up his first.
I love the way he's competed, don't you?
Yeah. No, he's not supposed to be in their starting rotation, but because John Daniels couldn't go tonight because of a sprained ankle, Staub has come in and played a ton of minutes and really played well.
Another good player, Steve Frankowski, would make threes. He's out with that broken foot. If you can make him do really off the dribble drive. Look at this kid. He does hit a body and still have the poise to deliver.
Blocking foul there. Gives us a chance to talk about the restricted area, not involved in this call, but this season a restricted area arc has been implemented 3 feet from the center of the basket. You'll see it there, where a secondary defender cannot legally take a charge. That's an attempt to limit the number of collisions near the basket on block charge plays.
It's going to open up the game. Jay Billis and I have one when we work with Sean.
A restricted area.
Restricted area.
Oh, that won't get back.
Just keep away. But I mean, talking to the officials before the game, the consensus of the 3 was that it's going to take a while for them to adjust because they've got to look at the foul. Now, which did they look at first? The feet, the foul. I mean, all of that, the contact. But I think, and everybody's been harping about having that rule, and I'm glad it's in. I think it'll take away a lot of those bang-bangs, maybe some injuries as well, and the flop.
53-35. Downtown won't fall. Rebound plucked away by Daniels.
Nice hands.
Oh, Barber really stopped him. Here's Staub in the open floor. Ago. Terrific move to his left. Still with the ball. Here's Barber, and that's blocked.
What effort.
Great effort there by Daniels. He's unable to save it, but the crowd loves it.
The length is what amazes you when you think you've got room, space, the reaction, the recovery ability. Wide open look, 5 feet away. That long arm and a law displaying itself.
Inside 9 minutes now here at Storrs. Opening night. The banner has gone up. Their last year's national championship.
Nobody getting free.
Boy, Daniels knocked it off of Columbia. Good sticky defense to force the turnover. That's 9 for Columbia.
They had two guys together on one side, no outlet at the top. You got to create a less of a distance from one another.
Chris Crockett coming on now for the Lions. And Daniels off at a nice warm hand.
You know, it's interesting. The crowd knows guys who react defensively, the appreciation for that end of the game.
They know defense and shot blockers here, don't they?
They do.
Napier over the top there and a glance off the backboard. So 13 Connecticut turnovers tonight. And a whistle here, just over 8.5. That's before the shot. So the basket will not count. 53-35. Smith will pick up the foul for Connecticut, his second. Saturday afternoon, witness college basketball history. Coach K looking to tie Bob Knight for the most wins by a Division I head coach in a men's game. That's Duke taking on Presbyterian.
And no better guy to do it, huh? Good job.
Staub again to pick off the rebound. Second effort here. Van Green gave up the dribble. Ago, the Ivy League's top scorer. Quiet night for him, however.
He does a nice job breaking his guy down. Pretty good poise. Smith, an excellent defender.
Over Smith, got it, a three-pointer.
And that's tough because you're giving up a lot of inches in that arm length.
So 13 for Ago. He's had a better second half, for sure.
That he has. But you just can't. Oh, bring it! Bring it on home!
And a foul as well.
Open to Paddock.
Goodness gracious.
He liked that himself. He got a smile. Oh, wow. Cock that baby. Ooh, send it in. It's another year and a better player.
55-38. Connecticut opening up the lead again against Columbia. Some points should count more than others.
Isn't that amazing? You mentioned 6'5". He is a guard. He's a 1.5. Plays so many different positions, and that's the way I feel.
Yeah.
He puts that back and brings it forward. Now, you think that's coaching, or you think that's talent?
I don't want to offend Jim Calhoun. Great recruiting.
Right. Well, Kevin Ollie's jumping in. Now, he didn't have a dunk in 4 years, but he had an illustrious career here and a lifer in the NBA.
And we had just talked about the restricted area arc in college basketball this year, and that foul occurred inside that restricted area arc. The secondary defender we talked about, the teammate who has helped a primary defender who has been beaten by an opponent by not guarding position. That's exactly what just transpired. So 7:49 to go. Three-point play attempt here for Lamb after that incredible dunk.
When they look at the tape, they're going to say to coach, play that again.
Yeah.
That's what they show me that. Nice smile. He's got it.
And he's got 22. 56-38 UConn.
Just keep running your stuff, Columbia.
Cisco bottled up. Back inside for Cisco on Drummond. Gets himself some room. Drummond swats it away. Right back to Staub. He'll lay it in.
Boy, he's come up with a lot of opportunities like that. Just playing in the right place and keep on banging and hustling.
He cleans them up. He is 8th. You can see this Columbia team being a very, very tough team to beat inside the Ivy League. Only the pick to be somewhere in the middle of the pack this year, but they might be a good deal better than that.
Play like this. That's the key. You know, maintain this level.
Lamb leaning in, got airborne and threw it away.
Get him out of the game. That kid's killing him.
Under 7 minutes. Gamble Pavilion here in Storrs, Connecticut, raising their 3rd championship banner here tonight on the men's side. Nicely done there, delivered by Chris Crockett from three-point land.
They've got guys who can bite you, don't they? Just a matter of Playing good D, don't turn it over against this level of a team.
Olander's had a nice night for Jim Calhoun. Napier to penetrate, airborne, draws the contact. He'll go to the line to shoot two. 6:21 left. ESPN is the home court of college hoops, and action continues on Sunday with a doubleheader. First at 2 Eastern, the 7th-ranked Vanderbilt Commodores, Raph, you love them, taking on Cleveland State from the Ticket City Classic. Then at 4 o'clock, Harrison Barnes and #1 Carolina taking on UNC Asheville. College basketball on ESPNU on Sunday. How nice it is to say that college basketball is back.
And you're right about Vandy too. Brad Tinsley, point guard, senior, Kyle Fuller to back him up or play with him. We mentioned Jenkins earlier. Zealy, this is a good basketball team. Season, Kevin Stallings got a good one. And everybody talks about Kentucky, and rightfully so. Terrence Jones is back. And they got some great recruits coming in. Anthony Davis is special. So that league should be interesting this year. Florida, Patrick Young back. Bradley Beal's a great freshman that they got who can shoot the ball. So, at any rate, should be exciting. We got the best seat in the house for it.
Indeed. On our ESPN family of networks, covering college basketball again in 2011 and 12, and off to a great start. Lyles gets that one to go. So those 3-pointers, as you pointed out a couple times tonight, they can shoot it from the perimeter.
They can, and they've spread them now. And a little dribble drive, get a crack and kick.
Daniels too strong. Drummond up high for the rebound. Tried to spin. You know he wanted to dunk that thing.
Look at these kids. I love it. Love it. They get a timeout or a jump ball.
Scramble, and yep, the possession arrow will keep it on this end of the floor with 5:41 to go. So Connecticut will have the ball.
Now, when you come in and play a team this good, this Herald, poise is the key. Maybe a little rattled in the early going, and now pretty solid. I mean, they're making the threes, but not turning it over as much. And boy, what a great teaching platform for Kyle.
And you want to look like you belong, and they have done that. Napier with the miss. Ariaki mishandles a rebound, taken away.
Great scrappy play. And now a little relaxed by UConn, and all of a sudden that one, nice tip.
Cisco with a miss. Napier says he'll take it. 57-46. Columbia still hanging around, but shots like that will hurt. Lamb again on target from way downtown. He is 25.
What's great about this, if you don't get back, they've got the ability to spread. Daniels, Roscoe Smith, and of course your guy, you've been calling his name a lot, Jeremy Lamb. Another one.
Crockett, no. And here come the Huskies. Under 5 minutes left here in the second half at Storrs.
Pretty good defense by Crockett on that head and shoulder fake.
He's sticky.
Yeah, same thing. Got to go under out there, I think. Particularly we don't have any support from the center.
Olander trying to swing it. Does. He finds Lamb. Open again for three.
How pretty was that? Diagonal look by Olander. Unselfish play. Just get the puppies organized. He can bring it, and he can pay the rent, too.
28 for Lamb. Back-to-back threes and sweet-looking shots.
Boy, they sure are. I love the pass. Little nylon. He's done it all. Bring a lot of excitement. They do get some good players, and they get better. The house will enjoy his performance.
Well, there were games and times during their championship run where Lamb was their best player. It wasn't just Kemba Walker, although he was magnificent. Lamb was terrific himself in that championship run.
You know, there was a time during that championship run, the championship game, they ran a couple of plays, and Jim Calhoun wanted to change. It was a dribble handoff from the elbow to the other elbow with Lamb coming around. And he wanted another play, and Kevin said, no, let's run that one again. They got the third basket on it. You know, it's just the confidence that Jimmy had in Kemba, and of course Kemba knowing the game as well as he did, getting Lamb involved.
And very unselfishly, as Connecticut won their third national championship. Barber harassed by Napier. Nearly lost out of play. Saved off to Cisco. And he'll set it up as we approach the 4-minute mark.
Good help.
Staub stopped, tries to lean in, and he is cagey.
He's clever. He really is. Napier had left to go get his guy. He read it beautifully.
10 for Blaze Staub. for the Columbia Lions, 63-48. Roscoe Smith.
Lamb, nice play. Uses the curl, sees the two come to him.
And then they're battling for the loose ball, saved by Columbia. Nicely done there by Chris Crockett. In the backcourt. Stop harassed from behind by Lamb, but a free shooter. Crockett got it from 3.
How about that? Draw that one up. The scrambling D pays.
So Connecticut, at least to this point, unable to blow out the visitors from the Ivy League, although a couple of times it was close. It teetered on the brink.
Well, they lost a little concentration, UConn.
Shabazz Napier trying to dish it down low on a holding foul. 3:12 to go. So we have a timeout. 3:12 left. Cisco commits his 3rd foul. As we say to you, a very happy Coach K trying to overtake the legendary Bob Knight. Look at those two through the years. Team picture. Point guard at Army from 67-69, playing under Bob Knight, and a grad assistant with Indiana in the 70s. Head-to-head, they're 2-2. 2001 Hall of Fame inductee. And Coach K on the brink of history. Now, you coached against him as well.
Against both.
Yeah.
Don't ask me my record. Don't ruin my night. But Bob's got to feel so good. It'll never happen again. You know, one former captain, former guard.
Yep,
no doubt. Ends up breaking an illustrious coaching career record. And just terrific.
Coming up next, Belmont and number 6 Duke on ESPNU. As soon as we finish up here in Stores.
Funny, Bob took it to a level, and Mike took it to another level.
Isn't that something?
You know?
Yep. Kick out Barber. He's free to fire.
Look at this kid. He is giving him great effort.
Boy, did it. Stop it to save this. Cisco to finish it up.
And right in the right spot. Good hands Cisco has.
And one of the bigs for Columbia, 6'9", shot nearly 60% last year. He's a junior. So they pulled to it in 10. And certainly they have given the Huskies a game here tonight. Probably many didn't expect that.
Drummond on the sideline had some foul problems. This is a big learning process, too. Nothing comes easy. A lot of effort, a lot of concentration. Look who's up there again. Stop. A blaze of glory, the way he's performed.
So 63-53. 2 minutes to go. And Columbia not dead and gone. Ago blocked. Just stuff there by Oriaki.
Too big an obstacle there. Should have pulled up, reroute it, take the dribble out.
Oriaki, number 2 rebounder in the Big East last season. 11 double-doubles. You talked about that. And the last of those came in the national championship game against Butler.
Now he's solid. He's going to have a nice future. And he's as hard a worker as Jeff Adrian was, and he's got more talent.
Lamb off to Olander. Can't drill that one. Rebound Smith. Great position.
What are you going to do? Ago just caught in the rear.
So 6 for Roscoe Smith. He had 4 big block shots in that title game against Butler. 1:10 to go. Ago's had a chilly night, stumbling down the lane. Crowd looking for a travel. Instead, it's tied up, and the ball will stay in this end for Columbia. 1:05 to go.
I think it was a walk, right?
I thought so.
Of course, he didn't keep the dribble alive.
Drummond will come in to replace Oriaki. Andre Drummond, a much heralded 6'10", 270-pound freshman, who the UConn coaching staff says is the fastest guy on the team up the floor.
And now he's got to be the fastest learner as the year progresses, too. He gets into the meat of this schedule. They're going to need him.
Ago lifts and fires in a long distance shot. Under a minute now. He has 16 points. Caught fire in the second half. 65-56.
Boy, a lot taken out of this game by Columbia. Where they found out that they can compete Nice giveaway. Don't give him an easy one.
Oh, Drummond reaching for his face. Remember, he's playing with that mask because of a broken nose and a mild concussion, and he may have got caught again.
That was a good basketball foul, though. Even though he is hopefully okay and took a good hit, but this is one of those where, yeah, the hand got up too high. Oh. Well, that is painful, I'm sure, being pushed back into the face.
Yeah. They say he's going to have to wear the mask for about 6 or 8 weeks. And he struggled to get used to it, as anybody would. He's a little bit woozy.
I'm sure you've been in a few fights in your time. What's it feel like when you get hit on the beak?
Scrappy, you know, you just got to keep coming back.
Just keep running. You and McDonough probably had more fights as kids, I can imagine.
You're picking those Quincy boys. You know us very well.
Fight for your life.
You betcha. 65-56. Drummond has to go to the bench. His head down.
They can pick anybody they want. Jimmy, that is. So they can put Smith on the foul line.
Now Roscoe Smith is 79% foul shooter. Lamb also at 80% is a really good foul shooter. And you mentioned him earlier, Neil Scafai at 81%.
And Lyle can
take the free throws for the Huskies, number 22, Roscoe Smith.
So Smith will be the man selected to shoot them. Shooting 2 with 46.6 seconds left. You mentioned Neil Scafai out because of an injury at this point, but nothing serious. And the first one for Roscoe Smith, giving 7 points. So the lead back up to 10. Jim Calhoun about to go into the win column for the 856th time in his illustrious career. A Hall of Famer.
This one a little harder than he, not that he, no coach thinks it's going to be easy, but I think he felt if his kids did certain things, they could take care of business. But terrific effort by Columbia. Nice try, draw kick.
Jump shot won't fall by Lyles. Rebounded away by Connecticut. And foul with 32.7 seconds left. Shabazz Napier. And another good solid foul shooter, 77%. Yeah, Columbia has to come away feeling awfully good about themselves up against the number 4 team in the country, the defending national champ, who had the added emotional lift of unveiling a banner here tonight. And there were times they were right on the verge of getting blown out by Connecticut, and yet with some grit and a lot of scrap and some good shooting in the second half, they hung in there.
Don't tell Kyle that, though.
Yeah.
You know, he coached those moral victories, but the thought process is we're going to get better. I mean, take this one back.
So a career high 23, Napier 20 tonight, now 21.
Going in for the Huskies.
So just shy of his career high.
Number 13,
and that'll do it for Shabazz Napier. Good solid night for the point guard. And Allen comes in for him. Lago on the dribble drive and up and over everything. It was tipped, I believe.
He was looking to make a play, I think, too. Got caught on a shot and a pass.
So Columbia will keep it with 26.6 seconds left. And a foul from behind be committed by Roscoe Smith to stop the clock with 25 seconds to go. That's number 3 on Smith.
Well, they're playing hard right to the end. Nothing easy. Competing.
Third personal foul. Team foul number 7.
So Blaze Staub to the line, a 6'5" senior from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Really hit the glass exceptionally hard.
You know, last night, by the way, Donnie Marshall was here too, because his buddy Carlin Hartman was an assistant at Columbia. Great pals, and came down from Boston. Because you probably see him up there on local television, particularly with the Celtics.
Indeed. I'm hoping to see a lot more of him. Second one off target, but I'll go with the rebound. Here's Lyles. Rebound tip once, twice, and controlled by Connecticut in the foul. Lamb hit in the backcourt as Columbia tries to stop the clock. 68-57. 2 shots for the Huskies. 4th foul for Crockett.
4th foul, Crockett.
Pretty good foul by Crockett, too. They had an open cutter at the other end.
Jeremy Lamb shooting 2.
Lamb shooting 2, has 28 points tonight. And he's now 2 for 2 at the line. 11 for 17 from the field and 5 for 8 from three-point land.
Yeah, everybody starts the year thinking the NCAA tournament. And last year, I'm sure the same thing prevailed with UConn. They started the year thinking the NCAA tournament, and let's win it. It starts anew, so all the players have to reevaluate. That's over. What are we going to do this year? They've got a lot of ingredients to be right in the hunt. It's a matter of how does it mature? How do they come together as a group?
Daniels swats that one away with 10 seconds to go. Lamb left with a very nice hand. Of course, last year, Connecticut, according to Sports Illustrated, wasn't even one of the teams to be considered for the NCAA tournament. They weren't even mentioned as one of the 68 in the preseason.
Nobody knew how good Kemba was going to become, right?
Shot won't fall there by Ago, and that's the final horn, and this one is over as Connecticut has won it 70-57 over a very pesky Columbia team tonight here on ESPNU. Coming up next, we have Belmont against number 6 Duke in a march to history for Coach K. Now, Lamb was outstanding tonight, 30 points to lead all scorers. He went 11 for 17 from the field, and he was the heart and soul for the Huskies, who tonight hung a championship banner and then picked off Columbia in their season opener, winning it by 13 points. So Connecticut, the number 4 team in the country, discovering life without Kemba Walker, can certainly be a very good experience with Jeremy Lamb at the helm. They win it tonight 70-57 against Belmont and Duke coming up next. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. UConn with a 70-57 victory tonight here in Storrs, Connecticut. For Bill Raftery and our entire ESPNU production crew, I'm Dave O'Brien. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Once again, your final score on a very special night in Storrs: Connecticut 70 and Columbia 57. And we'll be back to recap from Storrs, Connecticut.